Your brain does not want you to succeed because it is programmed to choose what is easy, to save energy, to avoid discomfort, to chase the fastest reward possible. That's how survival works. But in the modern world, this system is working against you. Dopamine is not the happiness chemical. It is the anticipation of reward. It doesn't make you happy. It makes you seek. One more notification, one more video, one more scroll. Every small stimulation tells your brain a reward is coming. The problem? The rewards are too easy now. In the past, dopamine was earned. You hunted, you built something, you completed something difficult. Now, the device in your pocket can give you hundreds of stimuli in minutes, and your brain adapts. It learns that hard work is unnecessary because easy pleasure is always available. That's why you struggle to focus. That's why reading feels boring. That's why training feels heavy. Real growth requires delayed rewards, but your phone gives instant ones. And when your brain gets used to instant dopamine, your threshold rises. Normal life feels dull. You need more stimulation, faster, stronger, and discipline starts to weaken. You're not lazy, you're overstimulated. Real strength begins when you reduce stimulation, when you allow yourself to be bored, when you choose the difficult task instead of the easy escape. Slowly, your dopamine system resets. Focus returns. Work feels clearer. Discipline stops feeling like torture and starts becoming identity. The modern world is designed to keep you distracted, but awareness gives you control. Your brain will always pull you toward comfort, but every time you consciously choose discomfort, you rewire it. And that's when real growth begins. But most people quit right here, because resetting your dopamine system is not romantic. It is a confrontation with your own brain. Neuroscience shows that your reward system, especially the nucleus accumbens, adapts to repeated fast rewards. This adaptation is called tolerance. As tolerance increases, you need more stimulation to feel the same level of reward. This doesn't only apply to social media. Sugar, video games, pornography, constant message checking, they all activate the same circuitry. As neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains, dopamine is not about pleasure, it's about pursuit. Dopamine isn't happiness, it's the drive to chase. And when you constantly chase easy rewards, you stop chasing difficult goals. This is where discipline becomes essential. Discipline is not motivation. Discipline is the ability to tolerate delayed reward. James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." If your system is built around constant quick dopamine hits, you cannot build a focused life. Focus is not a talent. Focus is the removal of distractions. Today, the most powerful people are not the most intelligent. They are the least distracted. Someone who can work for 1 hour without checking their phone is stronger than someone who works 10 hours while constantly switching screens. Because deep work is exponentially more valuable than shallow effort. Cal Newport calls this deep work. Deep work is the ability to perform cognitively demanding tasks without distraction. But to access deep work, you must lower your dopamine threshold. You must allow life to feel normal again. You must learn to be bored. You must learn to sit in silence. Boredom is not weakness. Boredom is your brain recalibrating. When you are bored, your brain begins forming new connections. But if you escape boredom every time with stimulation, you sabotage that process. Real growth depends on delayed gratification. Walter Mischel's famous marshmallow experiment demonstrated this clearly. Children who were able to delay immediate reward tended to have better outcomes later in life, academically, emotionally, financially. This is not about personality. This is about neuroplasticity. The brain changes based on repetition. If you repeatedly choose what is easy, your brain normalizes easy. If you repeatedly choose what is hard, your brain normalizes hard. Discipline is not a trait, it is the result of repeated decisions. And every decision rewrites your identity. Ask yourself, are you someone who chases immediate pleasure or someone who chooses long-term growth? Growth does not happen inside comfort. Growth happens inside resistance. Muscle fibers tear before they grow. The mind strengthens through challenge. Character forms under pressure. When dopamine stabilizes, simple things regain meaning. One page of reading, one focused hour, one training session, one quiet evening, and you begin to realize something. Discipline does not restrict you. Discipline frees you because a dependent mind is not free. A constantly stimulated brain is not free. True freedom is the ability to say no. The modern world constantly triggers you, but every small conscious decision reprograms your brain. Reducing screen time, turning off notifications, spending the first 30 minutes of your morning offline, choosing difficulty intentionally. Over time, dopamine stops controlling you. You begin controlling it. And at that point, focus becomes power, discipline becomes identity, and growth becomes inevitable because you are no longer chasing temporary pleasure. You are pursuing meaningful progress, and meaning will always outlast momentary stimulation.